Can you play Fortnite on an 8K TV without next-gen console? So what's up guys, Fabria and welcome to Shades of Tech. In the previous video we tried to play Fortnite on some older Macs to see if we could drive some playable frame rate, but the conclusion was that it is unplayable even at lower resolution. However, if you add an eGPU like we did, things change drastically and we can get some smooth 120 FPS at 1440p resolution. If you follow the channel, you know we've been using an 8K TV. The Samsung 65-inch Q950R is primary studio TV for the last 6 months. We already talked widely about the experience of owning an 8K TV in 2020, the contents available right now, and we made a full review. I'll leave all the links up here. Next-gen console PS5 and Xbox Series X are on their way, and it's confirmed the HDMI 2.1 support. Even if the standard could support up to 8K resolution at 60Hz, it's more likely they will target higher refresh rate like native 4K up to 120Hz. But in the next 6 months, while we are waiting for next gen, can we take advantage at least of gaming on this 8K TV that on paper is pretty powerful since it can go up to 120Hz with HDMI 2.1 support. As we discussed in previous video about 8K content, there is literally no way to drive a native 8K display at full 7680 by 4320p and high refresh rate right now, unless you use pretty expensive PC with NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti or AMD Radeon 7. Of course, native macOS support is up to 3840 by 2160p. However, since we actually have an 8K TV to test, we were able to run our 8K TV at full 8K 7680 by 4320p thanks to an application called Switch Res X that enables to trigger all kind of resolution and refresh rate that macOS doesn't allow you to do. True story, the mouse and pointer and text become so small you have to go literally and really close to the TV to see and change the setting. And the stuff and also the launcher is so small, so Apple will definitely have to address this feature in the future. Of course, all our sources will be running with HDR, so for gaming this is really great as well, because more games will support it and all those machines will run on internal SSD. The goal of the previous video was to lower the resolution to get high refresh rate gameplay, while today we're gonna be trying to push as much as we can the resolution up, because otherwise the 8K will need really much to rely on upscaling too much, meaning that we'll have to artificially divide 4K pixel in 4 8K pixel or 1080p pixel in 16 8K pixel, and we'll see what frame rate we'll be getting out it. We'll be testing Fortnite on different machines. Our full spec'd out 2013 Mac Pro with 12-core CPU, 64GB of RAM with AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT, 8GB of DDR6 VRAM and Thunderbolt 3 Razer Core X eGPU, and a regular PS4 Pro with SSD that we just upgraded, and the 2018 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Talking about this machine before attempting, it's clear that the Mac with the 5700 XT seems to be a little bit advantage over the others, because we'll be running higher native 8K resolution, while the PS4 Pro will be running limited to 4K 60 FPS. However, if this can drive a 4K monitor at 144Hz with DisplayPort 1.4, we haven't found a reliable converter to HDMI 2.1, so we are limited to 60Hz as well with the eGPU. The PS4 Pro has less graphic power, but games are generally well optimized, and even if they can get lower frame rate, it usually is more stable. The iPad Pro is the wild card, because even if from last video it was the best choice to play Fortnite on the go, in combo with the PS4 Pro DualShock 4 running really smooth 120Hz stable gameplay, we are not sure how it will interact with the dongle and upscaling and the 16:9 aspect ratio that we are expecting good gameplay but black bars and a lot of scaling. Without further ado, let's start with the testing. We'll show you a quick comparison of the gameplay we recorded and then we'll discuss all the numbers.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
So we started with the map with high settings, but unluckily we discovered that Fortnite doesn't support officially 8K resolution in the settings. So we will stick with 3840 by 2160p 4K resolution as well. So all high preset 3D resolution about 40%, and after a few testing we decided that we wanted to turn on VSync because this TV handles it very well and gives more stable FPS without frame dropping, and it was a nice improvement for FPS count as well. With the Mac Pro we had more settings to change, so we tested both epic, high and medium settings at 2160p, and man, I'm really excited for next gen console and what they have to offer. The world is very rich, the colors are vivid and very full and rich, and it's a great gaming experience. However, the epic settings even with lower 3D resolution is not playable with 25 FPS on average. If we lower the settings to high, the experience is really great, but the frame rate is still too low with around 35 FPS, so not ideal for high FPS gaming. But lowering to medium and disabling VSync we scored over 80 FPS, and I must remind you we are playing at 2160p on a 65-inch TV with 80 FPS and peak of 90 FPS, and it's an awesome gaming experience. Probably the sweet spot is between those two, tweaking some settings and getting 60 FPS and triggering some more details. The PS4 Pro doesn't allow you to change a lot in the settings. We are running again at 2160p HDR, but the details and quality are comparable with the high settings of the Mac, and it's a really great experience. It's really well optimized. We were able to get some rocking stable 60 FPS, and I think this was the best experience of the three. If you have a gaming monitor, we are really close, but with a TV, even 60 FPS being far away, it's better. Also, this game is developed on Unreal Engine, that is the favorite of a PlayStation platform. So PS5 that will use next gen Unreal Engine will have a lot to offer, even for Fortnite. Last but not the least was the iPad Pro. I must say it was a little bit of a disappointment. While it was the best portable gaming experience, here on an 8K TV it seems like a joke. The fault is, of course, of Apple and iPadOS 13 that doesn't allow you to control external monitors. First, we get those black bars of 4:3 aspect ratio because the screen is mirrored and the resolution is limited to 1440p, so a lot of upscaling. To get 120 FPS we have to use medium settings, so not great experience. On the big TV the details are really poor, so definitely it's not recommended. So in conclusion, can we play Fortnite on an 8K TV without next-gen console? Well, definitely you can, both with Mac with a GPU, on Windows with a $400 5700 XT, and with PS4 Pro we are able to run some smooth 2160p gameplay at more than 60 FPS and unlock otherwise a lot of details in picture quality. However, if you are looking to high refresh rate gameplay rather than resolution and details, this is not for you. You should definitely get an ultra-wide 120Hz display. Like we did, we got a super ultra-wide 49-inch Samsung 120Hz display, so more in the next videos in the following weeks. So should you buy an 8K TV? Well, even if we don't see downsides like a scaling glitch with this TV, which is pretty neat, with current gen console, we don't see any advantage either. So my suggestion is to get a good 4K TV today, like the LG C9 that is already rocking a 4K 120Hz support with HDMI 2.1 or any HDMI 2.1 TV, or wait for 2 to 3 years for 8K TV to lower the price and wait for PS5 and Xbox Series X to come out and then buy an 8K TV. The next video will be testing 8K video editing on the 2013 Mac Pro with this same GPU. Will it work? We don't know, we'll see. So that's it, I really hope you find this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching me so far. Be sure to like or dislike this video, comment and subscribe. And as always, stay tuned on Shades of Tech. Ciao!